Unity as people, okay, is the only way you're going to stop that ignorance of that. Because they came over with the idea of getting away from their oppressions.
Yeah, sure.
Okay? So when they got over here, England said, well, shit, okay, we know what you're doing. England didn't stop them. And the Native Americans and whatnot like that figured out what they were doing. So okay, and where I'm from, they teach African American and Native American history together, okay? Because it does run hand in hand, okay? Especially down there, okay? Because if you look at your history, period, America wasn't America. America was the colonies, okay? Some of these states didn't get into very last. Texas was one of the last. Okay.
Texas was Mexico, man.
Texas and everything past that was Mexico. Okay. Texas was the last state to see because they had a whole bunch of bad stuff. Texas was its own country.
Yes.
Okay. So, but neither here nor there. Okay, whatnot like that. French and Indian War. Name French and Indian War. Okay. The Mexican War. Okay. They've only been trading, bartering, taking over for all long. And who has built it up? The same people they took from. Okay. So if you take from people and then you actually, okay, that doesn't work. If I sit here and have a conversation with you guys and I see you outside, I'm like, hey, yo,
come on, man.
Exactly, that don't work. You're like, well, okay, well, all right, man. But on the same token is, I have all kinds of friends, all kinds of family. As people, I done worked in so many good places and some crummy places. As people, okay, well, you say sustainability. Okay. That's all I want to get back to. Like things that you say, well, you feel comfortable. Historical black churches and stuff like that. For me, church, I grew up with my mom and family members. That's the thing. Because how you say they've been praying for everything for I don't know how long. Okay, for real. Okay, prayer and action. Okay, because prayer gives you the hope to believe. Action, the few who took action and the rest of us that possibly followed. And as you say, whatnot like that, not everybody's going to take action. When we teach our citizens of this country to be self-sufficient and start your own business and be entrepreneurs, whatever you're good at, and not destroy what they have created. As they would say, well, this place been around since 18 whatever. How many times we created some stuff? It's been around since 18 whatever and they burned it up. Destroyed it.
Tulsa, right?
Tulsa.
Yeah. But that's not the only place.
Right.
How do you say? How many black organizations, food stores can you go to? If we're going to be real, just be real.
Yeah.
Okay. I go get these people and say they people. Because I tell people all the time, the majority of the people I look at, anywhere I go, I have one of them in my family more than likely. Okay? So, when you look at people and then all of a sudden people are like, oh, man, even though I don't got one, you still human. Okay? So when are we going to get past this? Except for we can't get past it, but because of past issues, and then sometimes it pops back up. These people have a scam for everything. It's funny, but it's not a joke. It's not a joke. Because, how do you say, if you listen to some of the old films, and you pay attention to what Dr. King, Malcolm, and anybody else says, or not like that, when they freed the slaves, they freed them. Going out there now. Okay, but while I'm out here trying to get where I can, I'm free now. But where am I going? Man, so, you can stake a claim for the next 40 acres, 60 acres. And where you gonna go? I don't know. I gotta be indentured servant now. Who you sell about your boots with? What boots? I ain't got no boots. I'm barefooted.
Yeah. Huh. Huh.
Okay. So what you gonna do? You gonna mix in with the other people from before. Okay. We helped them win their wars. Civil War. Okay.
Yeah.
World War II.
World War One,
World War I.
1912. Like we fought.
Okay. It's not just us though. Think about the Native Americans.
Yes.
Wind talkers.
Yeah.
All the people they historically wrong is the ones that helped them out. So when mess up again, guess who's gonna help them out again? But we can't continue to do that and have nothing. The whole premise between white and black. Nobody's black and nobody's white. Okay? Historically, we gotta learn from each other. If we've been wrong, then you know what these people have done to you. They came over to your country and did all kinds of good stuff to you, and you keep helping them. Okay? Historically, we gotta come together.
Yeah.
Yes, we have made some strides. We gotta keep making strides.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta say no sometimes. Like, oh, okay, so you superpower. No. You've been doing it all this. Go ahead, see how it worked for you. Go ahead, do that. Go ahead and do that. See how it worked for you. See how they look at you now. When you ain't got somebody else to point the finger at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. When they always have an exit to point the finger at somebody else. When you say nope, I'm gonna stand right back here and watch you. Okay. The rest of the guys see this. How you say? Palestine. Okay. These people have been more war since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, which is a problem.
It is.
Okay, but on the same token is, like I say, sometimes I have to question. If you read your Bible or something like that, it says be wars, rumors of wars. Okay, so why are we messing with stuff that's, and people right here ain't got what they need still? Okay, we need taken care of here first. Of the people, by the people, for the people. I'm assuming both of you gentlemen may have went to some kind of upper
Higher education.
Yeah. Okay. So, who paid for it for you? I know how it works. You pay for it for yourself. You had grants. Now, I will tell you, I've never been there. But on the same token is, I know, as long as you got a brain, you can always learn.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Okay? So, I have taught and trained people who have college degrees. I've taught and trained my supervisors. Okay? Doesn't make any difference. It was always always make me feel sometimes it's like, look, we don't want to do right, but you got to do right anyway. Okay? Yeah, because some people who've done wrong that are close to you, and you see what they got, and I'm like, no, I don't think I'm good. I like my freedom. I like my next 20 years of my own personal life.
Right. Yes.
I'm good.
Yeah.
It didn't work out for you. Okay? Anybody put bad out there, we can put some good stuff out there.
Yeah.
Okay? The time that you take to make your podcast and whatnot like that, that's time and effort. I can come back. How long did it take me to do that?
Not long.
Yeah.
Very much not appreciated.
Yeah. We have a problem then.
Yeah. There were problems. It was set us back.
It takes more time
To do
create
good. Yeah.
than it does to tear it down.
No, you're right about that.
So, the effort that you put in, that's why sometimes it's needed to be recorded. Historically, storytelling,
Yeah.
okay, whatever. But just because we got modern technology, don't forget about the old technology.
Of course.
Okay? Because the old technology sometimes trumps this, because sometimes that don't work.
Correct.
Right on, bro.
So, I thank y'all for y'all time.
Hey, I appreciate you,
What's
good
your
brother.
podcast?
The podcast is actually Do Good, Get Out.
Get out. Okay.
It keeps it real simple.
Well, sometimes easier said than done.
Yeah.
Sometimes it should be do good, stay put. Let them know that you get good.
And you get out.
Hey, we appreciate you, bro.
Man,
Okay.
appreciate you. And so, to bring this back and kind of wrap this up now, after a happily welcomed contribution. When we look at where we started in terms of born free, everywhere, man is a change. I have a question for you. It's a pointed question.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure to get your perspective on things.
Okay.
So I want you to please keep in mind everything that you've contributed here, right? Just in general, not as a quiz or anything like that, but just hopefully an informed answer here based on your own words. What I've heard today is some places have resources, some places do not. You talked about food deserts, to give you an example. Some places don't have a food desert. Some places do. Okay. That is not everywhere. Now, what I have also heard from you, and I asked subtly, was if people are basically intelligent. And to that, you replied pretty quickly to say it is a laziness thing. People are able to understand these basic tenets. So what it sounds like is, whereas everywhere there are not resources, everywhere there is the mental capacity or the potential awareness. There is a mindset, there is thinking. This is what I'm wondering. Everywhere we are in chains. Everywhere cannot include resources because resources do not exist everywhere. One of the few things that remains pervasive is the mind, the mindset, a philosophy, a tenet, a creed. You talked about an identity in terms of, not just you, but we talked about an identity in terms of tribalism and what the country wants as an identity as a country versus these kind of like subcategories and things like that, right? A mindset. Everywhere we are in chains. What if, and just humor me, I guess, what if Rousseau was talking about the mind? What if we are born free, but everywhere we are in chains? We're talking about a society and its mindset, and not its resources. What are your reflections there? And let this be the closing thought.
I think that is a fascinating prompt. And it's probably dead on. It's probably dead on. I think, the idea that we enter this world free of expectation, of bias, of this sort of, you might have to help me out here. I think it's anchoring bias, but it's the idea that like, things must be this way because they've been this way, right? That is a chain, and it's one that unfortunately wraps around many, if not most of us, very quickly, and it constricts very tightly. And it constricts so many things. It constricts innovation, it constricts creativity, it constricts problem solving, because it constrains us from thinking outside the box, to use kind of a colloquial term. And it sort of forces us to just get locked into this, like, you're faced with a problem, you have A, B, or C choice, right?
Right.
And by setting the game up that way, the player spends sort of all of its time weighing A, B, and C, and never even imagining, like, what if I created option D? because that's not how games work, right?
Sure.
I wish that's how it worked in Call of Duty. I just would have nuked everybody. But if that were what Rousseau was talking about, then my goodness, what a commentary. What a commentary that has sadly rang maybe truer and truer since he would have said it. I don't want us to go on a social media rant because it's just going to make us sound old, and I don't want that. But
you could also just say me. You don't have to say us. I just don't know why I'm involved in all this. These are your thoughts.
But I sort of worry that, again, let's accept the premise. Let's say that, yes, there are like mental chains here.
30 seconds.
I think social media reinforces them. You get these sort of like echo chambers and like, I don't know, you're sort of forced to choose between A and B. Not even A, B, and C. It's just like A and B, black and white. And so anyway, I will conclude by saying, if that were the case, Russo would be very right, and we have a lot of work to do to free ourselves.
Thank you. And in terms of being that this is do good, get out, and the premise is doing good, what is the good that can be done in terms of Rousseau's phrase? Now that we've established all the things that we've talked about today, what's a good work that can be done, put simply?
I'd like to offer a small thing, like a small, achievable thing.
Okay.
Even as I agree with Rousseau's quotes, there are moments in life where we find, even if fleeting, that feeling of freedom. For some people, it's when they're reading a book. For some people, it's going on a run, whatever. There are these little moments that most of us are able to sort of capture every now and then.
Yeah.
Capture them. Capture all of them. And live in them as long as you can. It's a very small thing. It does not solve anything that we talked about today. But like personally, on the individual level, embrace those moments while you can, because freedom is a beautiful, beautiful feeling that we don't feel often enough. And if you are so lucky to feel it for even 5 seconds, make that the longest 5 seconds of your life.
Sir, thank you.
Thank you, sir.